Dis-ease, lack of ease.
America has a high rate of dis-ease.
Our values are out of line. We too much value making money and getting ahead and don't have enough value for the simpler things in life.
There's a innate feeling that there has to be more. Whatever is before us and whatever seems to be working at some point dulls.
A lot of people think that their needs, that they need a cell phone, they need this, they need that, and it all costs money. And their wants is like food and shelter.
You gotta drive such and such car, you should wear such and such designer.
We put too much pressure on ourselves to work and achieve, and don't take enough time to laugh and enjoy our families. We certainly don't get enough exercise, and we eat poorly.
I think we've been raised that way. I think our culture is that way.
In September of 2006, I jumped into my car and headed to Hollywood, ready to be a big-time movie director. After about 3 weeks, I'd begun experiencing high levels of anxiety, insomnia, cold sweats. I had no appetite and felt extremely vulnerable. Was it culture shock? Maybe. Homesickness? A little. I had never felt anything this extreme in my life. I'd experienced anxiety, but never for that length of time. It was hell on earth, so I packed up my car and fled without even saying goodbye to my host friends and headed back home to St. Louis. During this life-changing incident, I hadn't even considered the physical effects were due to withdrawal from the antidepressant Effexor. I immediately went back to a higher dose. I was in a state of dis-ease, and it took many months to feel balanced. A few years later, I experienced the same symptoms once again, a few months after decreasing the dosage. I thought I was crazy. My doctor had told me I'd probably need to be on this medication the rest of my life. He never gave me any warning of withdrawal symptoms. A phone call from New Orleans inspired my father to discover this information online, easing my mind, allowing me to ride the storm out and rid myself of this drug. The curse became a blessing and inspired my journey to learn more about the state of being known as dis-ease. This movie is going to inspire, and it's going to open some doors and open some windows. So what you're going to see is, oh, okay, I didn't know about this. Oh, how does this help me? There are so many tools out there. So we can't even fathom covering it in a short period of time. But what it's going to do is inspire people to say, well, what is that? What if I learned a little bit more about that? I want to have this state of ease.
Being at ease just seems to be at peace. We might say in alignment, we might say in balance, we might say calm. So being at ease is a way of acceptance. Whatever is happening around us is good, and we're at ease with it.
What I feel the word ease means to me is freedom, because you're not caught up in your not worried about what other people have or what other people can get, and you live a simple, clear life.
It isn't about not doing anything. It's about doing everything with a sense of it's okay the way it is.
The benefits are just astronomical of how you feel, how you handle people, how you handle their actions, their reactions, and how you handle your actions and reactions.
The most important part of life is the people who you experience it with, those who make an impact upon you, and the people whose lives you touch. Love plays an important role in ease. When we focus on love, great things happen to ourselves and others. There's no better example than the book Love, Medicine, and Miracles by Dr. Bernie Siegel. And this was an important part when my father was dealing with cancer. His doctor said to him, you have 6 months, get your affairs in order. That's death sentence, basically. And he said, I need to do a little more for my children. So he picked up this book. He went to some of Bernie's workshops, and he was able to change some things in his life that led to that cancer. I've been blessed to have met many amazing people who've been a part of my journey. It's a collaborative process, and I'm dedicated to bringing many wonderful souls together to tell this story. We are a collective consciousness, and together we do great things. I've read many books over the course of this journey, and one which has stood out to me is Bruce Lipton's The Biology of Belief. Dr. Lipton bridges the gap between biology and spirituality. The Western world is skeptical, and Dr. Lipton and his colleagues provide the scientific facts explaining the mind and our environment's role in our lives. Bruce Lipton would be great for this project, and that's, my vision of this project is to have Bruce, to have Dr. Bernie Siegel, who is just amazing. His work has really inspired me over the years, and he's interested. I've already emailed, so he wants to be a part of it. It's just a matter of getting the funds to go visit him. That's one of my dreams, to interview Bernie.
I decided to get involved with this project because of one simple thing is I wanted to give people hope. That's what it's truly about.
You're attempting to make more and more people aware of the fact that they have control over not only their lack of ease in life, but the fact that dis-ease becomes disease.
One of the biggest motivations is to be able to educate people on the alternatives to medication.
Well, it was fascinating. Fascinating to have a viewpoint come out and how I feel that others might gain something from it, and also it's teaching me.
Dis-ease, disrupting our natural state, will begin as a short documentary to finish a graduate degree. The short will be then submitted to film festivals to generate interest for a long-form version, and to be viewed in a group setting to create a collective energy to nourish community and healing.
We're all in this together, and there is a consciousness across humanity. So the more that are tuned in and the more that are involved, the higher the level of consciousness of what is out there.
If you can save one person, this documentary is going to be the best thing that ever happened.
Now, this project is my expression of love, and I had to really learn a lot because I was dealing with getting off medication, but getting on that medication, it was because I don't think there was that full self-love. I felt really isolated and lonely, got out of college, and didn't know what the next step was. I thought, I had all the answers. I'm strong enough. I did so well in the military and in college. But there was something missing.
The love that really matters is here within.
My undergraduate college experience was one of the greatest periods of my life. Upon graduation, I found myself in an environment not conducive to creativity, and I worried about how I was going to make money to pay off my student loans. I felt isolated and lonely and looked outward for happiness. During a period of fatigue, I visited my general practitioner, and he immediately gave me an antidepressant. Being naive, I took it without asking any questions. Achieving a state of ease is not something that's going to happen overnight. For some people, shorter periods of time, for others longer, but the key is to start. The key is to take the step to alleviate the stress, to give us a healthier, more joyous life. At this point, you're probably wondering, what is the formula to overcoming disease? There are many tools, and each individual has to find out what works for them. I'll show you some of the things I've done to put myself in a better place.
So if you like what's being said here, I encourage you to support this project.
To educate people about the bad habits that our country has developed.
We need some sort of donation, some sort of investment to get the word out, this positive word out.
It's most important that we all understand that we are together, and there is hardly any separation if we really think about it. So to help yourself and to help others, be a part of this wonderful project. Be one who steps into the magic and the power of reinventing how we think about things. because all that is around us is also within us. And in that connection, it is all good.
Hush, little darling, don't you cry. Every little thing's gonna be alright. Don't worry, don't be afraid. Every little thing's gonna be okay. Open up your heart, unlock the cage. Turn the key and break the chains. Love will always find a way. If you want love, you gotta give love away.